What's good, everyone? This is DJ's Raw Uncut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. And it's morning where I'm at. Rise and shine, rise and shine. Uh, this will be a solo stream. I wanted to talk with the audience about Lamelo Ball. I've seen a lot of videos, a lot of content. Having a problem with what Lamelo said, I have no problem with it. I'm letting you all know. Not due to me being a fan, but also knowing how his mentality is. If you looked at that GQ video that Lamelo did, he said he was the best at everything. He said he was the best passer, that he was the best competitor, that he was the best in the family. And he wasn't faking it either. That's confidence. Shout out to Juju Knows Hoops. Yeah, Juju, this is a solo stream, but thank you for tuning in, my brother. Shout out to Taufik. He said, let's go. Last Beast, I see you, my brother. Shout out to King Fuse Lithouse Rev. He's doing a fantastic job on the show. And check out his streams. Subscribe to his channel. Make sure you share the video, like the video when you step in the building. So Lamelo Ball, his mentality is to win at all costs and that he's the best at everything he does. Why get mad at that? He's been telling Lonzo he's the best. He's been telling LiAngelo that he's the best since he was a youngster. Since he was a 5'8" shorty dropping buckets. It's nothing personal. It's just how he's built. The whole family knows that. Shout out to DZ King. What's good, my brother? The legend CJ, thank you, my brother, for showing love. He said he's speaking facts. Jaheem Nesbitt says, what's up, DJ New Media fam? It's all good. It's all good, my brothers. The legend CJ, you're right. That mindset, Kobe, Jordan, I'm not saying he's Kobe or Jordan. I'm just pointing out that is the mindset to be a killer in the NBA. The NBA is a man's game. There's brothers who are trying to feed their families, trying to create generational wealth. And they're using basketball as the avenue to do it. So when I see athletes exude that much swagger, toughness, belief, I applaud it because it's what fuels them to become a champion. See, what LaMelo's trying to do with Charlotte, he's trying to get them out of the abyss of mediocrity. I call it purgatory. And take them into a place called a winner. Now, to create a winning team, it takes time. But LaMelo's not trying to take a backseat to anybody. You want your point guard to believe in themselves. You want them to feel that they can accomplish anything in this world. This is the reason why I don't even get mad when another section of the Ball family fandom has their favorites. We all got our favorites. I've seen people say Jello's the best, even though Jello hasn't officially made the NBA, and that's okay. That's how you feel. You're right to have your opinion. Shout out to Dextorius Crockett, my brother. I love that name, Dextorius Crockett. He said, good teachings. Thank you, my brother. We're just trying to teach the mind, man. Confidence is okay. It's okay to have confidence. Confidence breeds champions. Remember that. Call me Fahu says, yes, sir. No doubt. 47 says, Melo is starting a war with Lonzo. Well, when he plays against his brothers, it's always competition. It's nothing personal. It doesn't matter if it's a family member or a good friend you're playing against. When the lines are drawn and the ball is tossed up, it's go time. I'm trying to tell you guys, LaMelo's a killer. This young man came back early from a broken wrist. No, even before it. LaMelo Ball had a broken wrist against, was it the Spurs? One of those teams. And still played on it when he shouldn't have. That's grit. There's some players, man, they get little nicks and knacks and a little sprain here and there, and they're calling it a day. Melo came out there and played like his wrist wasn't even bothering him. I knew beforehand, but that's when I knew officially that this kid, he's a dog. He's a dog, man. It was the Clippers. Thank you, Jaheim. Last B says, if we ask Zoe or Leangelo, they're going to say they're the best. That's the family spirit. They should say they're the best. I mean, you don't want to say that someone's better than you, family or not. Matt Hatt says Melo coming back on that injured wrist should tell everyone that they need to know about his mindset. The team's better with me, whether it's 65% or 100%. I'm going to make an impact. Talk to him, Matt Hatt. Talk to him. That's the confidence that LaMelo exudes. You need me. In the words of Tony Montana, you need people like me. And you saw with the Hornets went from 4 to the play-in game. Now, I'm going to say the other injuries impacted it. But the first domino was LaMelo's injury. That changed the whole trajectory of the Hornets. DZ says, Zoe knows his war here on out. He's ready. Apollo Zoe, shout out to Rev, King Fuse House. Apollo Zoe. Jaheim says he was playing the Clippers. Thank you for telling me that, brother. Taufik says game 2 will be a showdown revenge game for Zoe. He better make Griffin pay since Griffin forgot about his career. Taufik says Melo and Zoe gets to see each other 4 times this season. They better go crazy. I'm sure there'll be a lot of competition, which is good. You already know LaMelo, he's not afraid of competition, so he'll be ready. Dextoria says MJ told Stephen A. Smith, Melo, that dude, he ain't afraid of nothing. That's right. Jaheim says Melo was like nothing. He was going to stop me from playing. If he's not a dog, I don't know what a dog is. If LaMelo's not a dog, I don't know what a dog is, man. I mean, that type of toughness, grit, you don't see that with a lot of young kids these days, man. At all. You never see it. Because everybody is trying to play safe. Everyone is trying to be timid on the court. But winners win at all costs, injuries or not. Shout out to Jonathan Williams. He said, must-see TV, Zoe and Melo. Oh, absolutely. The ratings are going up. The price of the brick goes up. The price of the brick goes up. Matt Hatt says that's Kobe's mentality. Not every superstar has it, much less every player. That's the crazy part about today's players. Not all, and they're talented. But have you ever seen a time where some superstars don't have that killer mentality and they're a superstar? They got all that talent. But what keeps them in the back burner is that they don't want to do what it takes to win. I call it that llama mentality. where you just asleep on your talent and you don't want to seize the moment, that you're letting inferior players some nights take your shine. When the late great Kobe Bryant played, he made sure any player, no matter if it's an A-level player or a D-level player, he was going to destroy them. He was going to crush their confidence. And that was the Mamba mentality. His competitive fervor was like no one else. And the only one that matched it was Michael Jordan. Dick Stories Crockett, thank you for the $20 super chat. Thank you for supporting new media. Thank you for believing in supporting brothers. Now, this is a brother who not only goes on my channel, but he goes to different channels and support their content. You guys don't know how much he does for others. And if we could all support each content and elevate these channels, maybe we won't have an ESPN one day and we could do it independently. But it all takes each other on helping each other out. When you believe in a vision, that's what you do. So shout out to Dex. What's good to my brother Ant Learn? He's a coach. He's from the 305. Shout out to Miami. Ant Learn, we definitely got to do an interview with you about your coaching journey, your interest in the Ball family, etc. Would love to have that sit down. Just got to set it up. But I want to show you guys something. This is an audio. Since I appreciate Joy Taylor. I like the fact that Joy Taylor is not a yes woman. Even though she works for a corporate brand, Fox Sports, she has her own mind. And she always defended the Ball brothers. Not to a fault, but she's always objective. She was on the Colin Cowherd show. This is what she had to say about Lamelo. And I'm going to chime in and give my opinion.
One of the best young
Tell me if y'all can hear
in the NBA last season. He did an interview with GQ, and he talks about his path to the NBA. He said he has no regrets about leaving school to play professionally overseas, saying you want to go to the league, so school's not your priority. We're not tripping off school. We're not dumb. We know how to learn. We don't need school.
All right, I'll stop that real quick. Could y'all hear it? Let me know if y'all can hear Joy Taylor saying what she's saying. Now, I stopped right there because you can hear Colin Cowherd snickering and laughing, doing what old media does. He understood what Lamelo was talking about. I understood it. And what Lamelo is saying, that he had God-gifted abilities, like some, only a few of them have. And so he didn't really need school. He was born into this basketball lifestyle. See, that's a belief that each person has to say. I'm not saying school's not important. If you are a doctor, go to school. If you are trying to be a doctor, go to school. If you're trying to be a pediatrician, go to school. If you're trying to be an accountant at a big bank, go to school. But if you're not trying to be any of those things, why not do a trade? I know a couple of homies who make more money right now from doing trade schools, refrigerating, heating, welding, underwater welding, which gets paid a lot of money, construction, etc., than those who are in school and they get a major that is not going to give them a job when they get out, and now they got to work these odd jobs to pay off student loans. See, that's what Lamelo was talking about. But you got Colin Cowherd want to snicker and laugh, and maybe I get it. Again, he's old school, so I'm gonna cut him some slack on that. But there are a lot of folks who they think school is the only way of success, and that's a lie. It's a success when you have a major that can give you a job out of there, right? Shout out to A Painted Savage. Ant Learn says, most definitely we can set that interview up. I'm at Schoolhouse now, about to meet with the athletic director. I'll be back here. Shout out to Ant Learn, man. He's doing good things. Shout out to all the coaches, especially the brothers, because y'all know how hard it is, man. You know how hard it is for these black coaches, man. Every time a brother gets some type of coaching job, he has to go leaps and bounds to level up. That is the truth. And if you're a coach, you understand what I'm talking about. So shout out to the brothers who holding it down, teaching our young men how to be a man and have level of responsibility. Shout out to Drum Kings, New Media, stand up. Yeah, hit the like button. Matt Hat says the new Puma MB1 is set to release October this year. Keep your eyes on it. Oh, yeah, most definitely. So I'm going to play the rest of this interview. Shout out to Smooth Shaw.
He's also revealed he's working out all summer in Charlotte, even doing 2 a.m. gym sessions in the hopes of bringing a title to the city. And he said, I want to be here a long time. I love the game. I love being around it.
Well, we don't have a problem with a music savant doing this. Why do we have a problem? I don't think, listen, bottom line is basketball, unlike any other sport, 18 years old, you're really close. If you're great, you're not that far off of playing. So, like, I never have a problem. Tennis kids at 13 literally leave school. Well, like
it's not like he didn't finish high school. He finished school.
Right.
He just didn't go to college.
That's right.
And he didn't finish his high school in a traditional way.
This is one of the few times I agree with Colin Cowherd. Look at the tennis kids. They could go out of high school, get that bag. Some of them don't even have to go to college when they're really good. Look at all the other sports. You could go out of high school from baseball. Yeah, you'll play in the minor leagues for a little bit, but you get a bag. But all of a sudden, if you play basketball, if you play in the NFL, you play football in general, there's always an obstacle that doesn't need to be there. That's the hypocrisy. Look how determined Lamelo is. He said in that GQ magazine that he works at 2 a.m. almost every night. And he wants, I'll repeat, he wants to win a championship for Charlotte. That's crazy because most of the fans, their expectations, even mine, was just playoffs. But not Lamelo. Lamelo wants to win a championship. And yes, it will be difficult. You got too many talented teams. You got the Milwaukee Bucks, Lakers, Nets, and many other teams, Suns. It's not going to be easy. But LaMelo doesn't care if it's not easy. He wants to win at all costs. He wants to transform Charlotte to a championship city. In the Charlotte Hornets, you got a great opportunity in your hands. LaMelo Ball loves Charlotte. He stated that multiple times. What the Hornets have to do is make sure LaMelo is as happy as he can be. And if you do that, Charlotte Hornets, good things can happen. But let me play the rest of this video.
Hey, look, people get crazy about anyone that goes off the beaten path.
I know, crazy.
It's going to fail. And they kind of want them to fail because they're doing something that is not traditional, that's outside of the box. They're taking a chance. But when it comes to school, my pushback always with athletes is like, they're going to possibly make millions of dollars. They don't need your scholarship anymore. Like, they can go back to college if that's what they want to do. People do it all the time.
Yeah.
So what are you freaking out about? You don't think that they can pay for their own school after they go? Let's say they go to the league and they fail, right? They're there, what is failure? Like, they play out their rookie contract, right? So they make $5 million or whatever. Like it's underachieved. They can't go back to school and finish like an education. The college will be there. Universities will be there. I don't understand the panic.
Thank you, Joy Taylor. Thank you, Joy Taylor. That's what they're saying in the old media all the time. And I'm glad Joy just eloquently pointed that out. They're lying to these kids. When the kid goes one and done, you see some people, not all, but a lot of the majority of them, would tell a young man, what about your education? And they forget the part that they could go back and get their degrees. John Wall has done it. Kevin Durant has done it. They were one and done. But they never bring that up. Here's the real truth. The NCAA and other corporate entities of amateurism, it's all about money for them. That's the truth. So since it's all about money, the kids, the young men who want to go pro early should make that same decision. That's why I like the NIL deals. This should have been done years ago. But the NCAA became a racket that was getting away with not paying young athletes. They were getting away with it. So I love this player empowerment age. I love the fact that these young athletes can now, with the new NIL and able to have more options, they could change the landscape of their family. You never know, man. A couple 100,000 can do, even 1 million. I think there was a player in Alabama that has endorsement deals up to 2 million. He hasn't even started yet. His last name is Young. He's going to be starting for Alabama at quarterback. That's the change. And it starts with ourselves. Like the great Biggie Smalls once said, we can't change the world until we change ourselves. He's 100% right. The way we think, the mentality that ensues in our minds, that's all important. Now the power is in the people. Now you don't have to have the NCAA telling you can't sell autographs now. Could you imagine if the NIL situation was available when Lamelo was coming out of high school? You know what would have happened? Lamelo would have played for USC, because he even said it on the GQ magazine. He would have played for USC, and he would have played with Big O. And he would have made a lot of money. He still made money overseas or Australia. Let's point that out. But he would have made a lot of money and still have an agent. With the NIL, you could go to college and get you an agent, especially if you're really good. For those who know me, I'm an Oklahoma Sooner football fan, and Spencer Rattler has an agent. He got endorsement deals all over the place, from Raising Cane's and every establishment out there in the South. Could you imagine the money Lamelo would have made if he was able to make money in his likeliness? Kids in high school can make money in their likeliness now, except for Texas. And I think it's bullshit, by the way, that Texas will not allow high school players to make money off their names. But that's another discussion for a different day. Shout out to Vonnie. Thank you for supporting new media. But yeah, Joy was cooking on this, man.
About it, and it's never going to be of kids doing it, because there aren't that many kids that have that level of talent.
That's right.
So what is it that you're saying?
I left college 14 credits shy because I got an offer to be a AAA baseball announcer, and there were 2 guys in the country that got a AAA job out of college, Joe Buck and me. And I was like, I asked my mom, I'm like, She's like, you're 21 years old. You can do AAA. Go for it. I had 13 credits shy. I'm like, I'm not going to get offered a AAA. That's one step from big league baseball.
Correct.
And I had pimples on my nose and forehead. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It's like, go for it. I can go back and get it.
You can go back to school. And again, it's not going to wreck the college basketball system. It's not going to change sports forever because there's not that many kids that have the ability. His father, for as much as pushback as LeVar gets, his father put him in a situation to be able to do that. Everybody's not going to be able to do that. It'll be 1 or 2 kids a year, if that. Some of them will succeed, some of them will fail, but why not try? Just because you live your life in this little lane, which is totally fine, doesn't mean that everybody has to fall in line. It's worked out for Lamelo, and he is dedicated to what it is he's doing. Now, if he does that and he's goofing off and not pouring himself into it, that's something different entirely.
I was talking to Andrew Luck about this one time, and he said Stanford's gotten to a point because of technology. They will tell kids, if your idea, if it's great, it's better than your degree. Leave Stanford. If you're at Stanford and you have a great idea.
You just heard that, Stanford, and shout out to Stanford. That's brilliant. That's honesty right there. Now, the University of Stanford doesn't even have to tell their kids about that because they'll get more money in enrollment. But I can honestly say, for them to tell their students that if your idea is really good to need college and you should be done with it, for them to do that, that's good on Stanford. Shout out to the Stanford Cardinals. We need more professors and teachers to be doing that. You see a student with an idea, don't want to help them out because you want the enrollment to be up. This player empowerment age is a wonderful thing. And they're going to look in the history books and they're going to see a picture of Lamelo Ball. Lamelo Ball, he did something so unconventional. He had his first shoe at 16 years old. First one to go to pro at 16. From America, that is. There was so many things that people lied on about Lamelo Ball, and I'm going to go there. People, there's some content out there saying that Lamelo and his journey was easy. That going pro was the reason why Lamelo had success and it was easy for him. That's a damn lie. Shout out to Saku. He said, glad to be able to tune in. I'm at work. Thank you for supporting new media, my brother. 47 says your brand is everything. It is. But back to Lamelo, man. They lied on this kid. When I say they, the people whoever said anything false about him. It's tough to be a young man at 16 years old to go to a place like Lithuania in the cold that you have never been to, an uncharted place. And you think that's easy? Most young men at 16 would leave. I'll say this. They'll leave the first day most times. LaMelo's at this point right now. He's the rookie of the year. He broke a lot of records. He did it because of will. He did it because the fuel that he heard all offseason, that he's overrated, that everything was given to him. And he played against top competition in the NBA. He didn't earn it. He took it from him. He rose above the hate. And all of a sudden, after the success comes in, now they like LaMelo Ball. Now they want to showcase him. Now they want to prop him up. But where were you when he was shriveled up in the cold in Lithuania? Where were you when Lamelo played in the JBA and they said he would never get drafted? Where were you when they had the mitigated gall, in the words of Stephen A. Hairline Smith, to say that LaMelo's the 25th best high school player, even though he almost averaged a triple-double at Spire? This kid has been disrespected all his life, and now it's easy. I'm going to really go there. And Dex says, damn, DJ is saucy today. Must have a VA. Oh, man. I got me a good breakfast in. I'm good. The grifters out there, and I'm glad you pointed it out, the grifters out there are now showing love to LaMelo. But they're the same grifters who said that LaMelo has a and one game. There was a scouting site. I looked at so many, but they compared him to a Harlem Globetrotter player. That's the disrespect that LaMelo was receiving. And when he won Rookie of the Year, and he was in that Hornets arena, and he showed that Rookie of the Year trophy, you could see in LaMelo's eyes, he's like, yeah, I won. I didn't earn it. I took it from you. Because I believed in myself. That was the mind of LaMelo Ball. Jeff Goodman. Old snake self. He was rooting for LaMelo to fail. Oh, I don't think his game would translate. Shut up. Oh, chipmunk face looking. Let me slow down. Let me slow down now. I don't want to go to the H-Town version of me. But yeah, Jeff Goodman. Jeff Goodman, what he's doing at the Stadium Network, he's trying to find the next LaMelo Ball so he can get the access to, but it's not working. It's not working. Poor Jeff Goodman. A-Pain the Savage said the haters didn't see their vision, so they talked down on him. Now they're all backtracking. Oh, my. Oh, my. So true, A-Pain. So true. Where was all this hostility? Where is it going? So LaMelo has changed the fortunes of Charlotte, given them a franchise player. And all of a sudden, there's crickets. Where are you now? Shout out to the Pope, B. Frank. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Good brother, good content. Saku says, I don't know. It ain't sports related, but I know it ain't sports related, but what you think about LaMelo and Kruger? LaMelo ain't a simp, but you know he a wild boy. Let me address that. LaMelo is young and he's having fun. Don't worry about him being a PJ Washington. He's smart. He has people in his corner. The thing that LaMelo's doing that I'm confident is he's not claiming these fast-tailed girls. He's not claiming them. As long as you're not claiming them and you're being responsible, hey, have your fun. Shout out to Slim College. Sandra Lang, shout out to the sister Sandra Lang. She says they're choking on their words. Amen. Let the church say amen. They don't know what to say. They see LaMelo on GQ. They're like, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. You done said enough. All of a sudden, you love LaMelo Ball. But you know what else I saw? There were some people in Ballverse who were low-key hating on LaMelo. Yeah, I'm going there. No offense, I got to bring it there. Oh, LaMelo can't defend well. He's good enough. Lamelo can't shoot. He's improved on that. Lamelo is all about him. No, he's a team leader. LaMelo's all about scoring. He did a little bit of everything. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Look at TB. Look at TB. Shout out to my dog, TB. Luis says Jeff Goodman was in Lithuania undermining LeVar and hating on the boys. Karma found him, got him real good. Hey, that karma is a kamikaze. When you try to snake someone, it comes right back at you. That's why you got to treat people with respect. You got to be a man of your word. You got to be a professional. So if I had a big name and I have connections with reporters, and if I say A and B conversation, it supposed to mean A and B conversation. This is why, despite what I think about Stephen A. Smith, this is why he got the bag, and people like Jeff Goodman don't. Because I know there's a lot of things that AI told Stephen A., right? But Stephen A. couldn't tell everything because it was A and B conversation. That's why he still got the contacts. That's the game within itself. But Jeff Goodman, he didn't understand that. He was desperate. He wanted to get a bag so big, he thought that if he could tell one thing about their family, that he could still do what he does and get away with it. But that comment hit back like a kamikaze in the quickest. But I like this mentality of LaMelo. You should feel like you're the best. You are the best in the family. Yeah, I said it. You are the best in the family. Because when the family was hit with bad news, they were talking mess about Lonzo. Everything was just going in a blaze. What did LaMelo do? He showed up and showed out. I want to ask yourself, if LaMelo did not win Rookie of the Year, would the Ball family recover? Would they recover if LaMelo didn't win Rookie of the Year? I want you to be honest with me in the chat. Be very honest with me now. This is not about who's the favorite ball. Forget all that. Would the Ball family fully recover if LaMelo did not win Rookie of the Year and did not have a good rookie year? Shout out to the Pope for the $5 super chat to help grow the nation. Says, DJ, always bring that hate. Thank you, my brother. You do too, man. You do too, man. Shout out to the coaches out there. Facts, Pope. He saved them. Look what he did for Jello. If you think I'm lying, look what he did for Jello. Jello has been waiting for 2 damn years to get some type of playing time, at least from a summer league. When you're winning at life, when you're becoming something, especially in the league, you have the power to do it. Two years. And LaMelo told Jello, I got you. This is how much of a good brother LaMelo is, especially to Jello. Not only did he promise Jello that he would be on a summer league roster, guess what he did? He said, Jello, stay with me. Train with me with my trainer, Jermaine Jackson, and we're going to get you right. If that's not leadership, I don't know what the hell is. And you still got people saying he's not the best. This is nothing. Look, this is nothing to do with undermining other ball brothers. We know that Lonzo is a terrific defender and he's on a great team. And we're rooting for him to succeed. Everybody is in this channel. Everybody in the chat is rooting for Lonzo to succeed. But just because I say he's the best doesn't mean it undermines Lonzo and LiAngelo. Y'all know this. Tap in says preach. I'm preaching today. Let me sip some water, man. I feel like I'm back in the Southwest Baptist Church. Shout out to Southwest Baptist Church, the Bridge, H-Town. You ever know that preacher that be sweating, saying a sermon? Testify, brother. Testify. He's sweating up a storm. You ever been to those type of churches? Facts, the Pope. See, this is why you got to subscribe to a lot of these channels, man. Shout out to King Fuse Lit House. He's doing a series about Apollo Zoe. He's already done part 2. He's going to do part 3. Check it out. Subscribe to King Fuse Lit House. Subscribe to the Pope. He said, no slight to Lonzo. It's just Lamelo is top 3 pure point guard in the league. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with just saying that? Can you believe, man, I had people DM me. I'm not gonna tell who's who, but y'all know who y'all are. Will ask me, who you think is the best? And I'm honest with them when I say Lamelo. And they will tell me, why are you hating on Lonzo? I said, I never said anything bad about Lonzo. I just said Lamelo, what he's done for the family and what he's done for his career. You got to say Lamelo. See, we got to stop doing that, man. Because what it looks like, especially in the ball verse, is that we don't know basketball. I'm bringing up analytics. I'm bringing up impact. I'm bringing up what they do for the family. And all of a sudden, it's hating. No, we want Lonzo to kill it in Chicago. We're just saying that what Lamelo has done on and off the court, you cannot say he's not the best. They're ignoring stats. They're ignoring impact. Don 31st said facts, bro. I'm trying to preach today, my brother. The truth shall set you free. Shout out to Coach Joe. Sandra Lamb. Now, Sandra Lane is a big-time Ball family supporter. So if she says this, she's been supporting them before it was even popular. She says Lamelo is the best of the 3. Well, 4. Absolutely. What's wrong with saying that? I'm going to really go there. See, you want to know why they're saying this about Lamelo? You really want to know why? They didn't want Lamelo to be the best ball brother. They didn't want him to do it. They called him a wild child because he does things his way. And when he signed with Puma, they really didn't want him to do it. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going there. When Lamelo signed with Puma, there were some folks who said that Lamelo turned his back on the family. I remember that. But if it was any other ball brother doing the same thing as Lamelo, they would have had no problem with it. I'll give you an example. If Lonzo would have signed with Nike right now, they would have said, I'm so happy for Zoe to get the bag. He tried to carry the family and wear shoes, that he finally get to do what he wants to do. That's what they would have said for Lonzo. Tell me if I'm lying or not. I want y'all to tell me if I'm lying or not. Yeah, Lamelo doing different things down 34. He doing different things. And when you do different things outside of the family, you're going to get hated on. SMG, my brother, I just want to tell you, please respect Uncle Vern. You could disagree with Uncle Vern, but we got on this channel, we respect our OGs. So respect the OG. That's all I'm asking for. You could disagree with Uncle Vern, but respect our OGs. Jonathan says they always promoted Lonzo separating for LeVar. They did. They did. Let me put that. They did. That's that old media spell. Yeah, shout out to the Lit House, man. Boy, we all doing something. This new media lit house, you're not going to get much truth without these two channels. These two channels right here, and Coach Joe, the OG, we're here to bring the truth. That's what you want to hear, is the truth. You don't want to hear the same narrative. Oh, SMG, I know you and Uncle Vern go back and forth. I'm just letting you know, brother. It's nothing personal. Matt Hass says, do you think Rozier's extension makes him a tradable if they see better talent at shooting guard to take his spot this year amongst the roster? So that could be next year. Especially if Terry Rozier keeps performing. If he keeps performing, it's all good. Then they could get another big man. The Hornets need a 5-man in the worst way. I mean, they really need that. Hey, we got 90, almost 80 plus people in the chat. Hit the like button. Share the video to everyone in the community. Shout out to Tap In Podcast. He said, y'all doing something great for the community. All y'all. Thank you, my brother. Right. He's too much like his pops. That's crazy. So the youngest Ball brother was getting hated on for being an alpha male like his pops. And y'all say y'all love LeVar. I don't understand it. Here's a son who is a dog and an alpha like his daddy. Now y'all don't like it. Not all y'all, but some. So SMG says Lonzo is one of the best pure point guards in the league because he can pair with him with any shooter guard and there won't be any issues because he's going to find him and let him eat. Yeah, he's a good pure point guard, and Lamelo is a total point guard. Lamelo's a point guard that fits with today's NBA. And yes, his game can fit with any other player because he can score if he wants to, but there's some games where he'll pass it to his wings and lead scorers. See, a lot of the Ball brothers have that gift of sharing the ball, having a hockey assist. And James says Lamelo is what got Lonzo and Terry a big bag payday. So before the last season was in a downward spiral, Melo got Lonzo to play harder. Wow, you open a Pandora box. You open a Pandora box. Lonzo last season was motivated by Lamelo. That is a fact. That was a good thing that happened because that motivation pushed Lonzo to have career high in points. Pushed Lonzo to have better stats so the Bulls and many other teams give him somewhat of a bag. I'm going to say it, and this is going SMG, that's not a fake narrative. I don't think that's a fake narrative that Lonzo is motivated to see the success that LaMelo has. He should feel motivated. You don't want your younger brother to outdo you. If Lonzo wasn't motivated by his younger brother getting the spotlight, then I don't know what should motivate him. That should be motivation. And this year, Lonzo should be motivated again. No, SMG, you're missing the point. Lonzo had a better season because he was motivated by seeing what LaMelo was doing. Shout out to DZ King. He said, "Oh, Aunt James, I agree with you on that Melo motivated zone. It's clear as day. All of a sudden, this was the season Lonzo improved in points, assists, rebounds, and he wasn't even being used right. King Common Sense says Kuz got the bag. He ain't been the same since Zoe left. Yep, facts. Yeah, Jello has the second most confidence out of the Ball brothers. Number one is Lamelo. Let me see. I see another comment. The Pope said Lonzo still talking crazy, saying his dad is loud in that interview. I gotta check it out. Dex, shout out to Dex. He says Zoe is now developing what Melo already have. Wonderful thing, isn't it? It's a wonderful thing. And Sandra Lang says Zoe has to play up to as good as Melo. Now there's gonna be some people in the comments saying that that's a bad thing and that they're not respecting Zoe. Trust me, Zoe, he's on a team that some experts say is a loaded roster. Now they may not be the Nets, may not even be the Bucks, but this is his opportunity to shine. Zoe should average at least 18, 8, and 8. Now, some may say that's high expectations, but when you go on an interview and say that this team is the reason why I chose them and that I could finally play my game, you have to perform. You have to shine. King Common Sense says the media will pin the brothers against each other this season since they all play on the same conference. Yeah, they will. But family sticks together. Even disagreements. King Common Sense, facts. Zoe got a squad. Zoe has a better team. It's not even close. Zoe has the better team. SMG says Zoe averaging 16, 6, and 10. He need to average more than that. He has to average more than that. And, in the past, that would be good. But now he has to average that because his goal should be making an all-star team. Because LaMelo, he's trying to make it in his second year. And analytics point out with a higher usage rate, LaMelo would most likely average lower 20s, like 22, 23 points per game. Probably, most likely. I got LaMelo averaging between 21 and 23 points per game. Yeah, LaMelo does come to play, man. He's not trying to be friends on the court. He ain't trying to be all hunky-dory. He's trying to win. I agree. Lonzo should average 18, 8, and 8. Yeah, family does stick together, even through disagreements. It happens, man. Families are not perfect. Matt had, I got the Bulls at 5 seed as well. 5 seed, the lowest. Now, if other teams deal with injuries, and I hope not, I hope every team is healthy. The highest seed I see the Bulls can get is 3. The Pope says, I made a video how Melo got Terry back on track. Yeah, check it out. King Common Sense says LaMelo gonna have Trae Young year. I said it first. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, if Gordon Hayward doesn't get in the way with his sloop foot itself, that could happen. All bets are on for LaMelo. Yvonne T, thank you for the $5 super chat to help grow this nation out and support new media. He says ZO2 need to go back to berserk and selfish. Go berserk and selfish to be an all-star. Yeah, sometimes you got to have that selfish mentality in a good way to exceed your expectation and go to another level. TB believes that the Knicks have gotten worse with Kemba. Kemba has some knee issue. And when they play against the Bulls, one thing the Bulls have an advantage of, for some reason, Lonzo guards Kemba Walker very well. Kemba is 5'11", and with bad knees and you're 5'11", that's not going to help. SMG says Trae averaged 29 on sophomore year season. Well, that Hawks team, not the Hawks team you see now, he had to do everything. With this Hornets team, they got more versatility. They got Terry Rozier. They got Gordon Hayward. Even if you like him or not, he did score 20. They got Miles Bridges, who's ascending. So LaMelo's not going to average 29 because he doesn't have to. Trae Young had to score 29 to stay afloat. That's the difference. Trae Young is a talented player, but to say LaMelo could never reach his level, that's speaking too soon. So SMG, why can't LaMelo reach Trae Young's level or exceed that? What is the, like, if you look at the usage rate, Trae Young, the reason why he's getting those points, he has a higher usage rate. The analytics pointed out. So did you know analytically, when LaMelo plays 35 minutes or more, he's averaging mid-20s. That is a fact. Now, it seems like it because you said, let me go back. You said chill. Trae is on a different level. So I'm just answering. So LaMelo can't go on that level, my brother? Trae Young is talented, but he ain't Steph Curry. Swag Bus says Zoe's going to have to play free. They don't need to hold him back. You're right on that, my brother. Let him run. Both things are true, King Common Sense. That's why I like your input, my brother. You said Trae's on a different level, but Melo can do what Trae does times two. A high usage rate changes things. Yeah, you know what's funny? Because people mention Trae, and I'm not taking anything from Trae. He has accomplished a lot, went to the Eastern Conference Finals. But LaMelo has good matchups against Trae Young. That's not a lie. That's just, if you look at the stats and look at when they played against each other, this is LaMelo having less minutes too. Now, he shows up to play against Trae for some reason. Osmond says Melo averaged 25 points and 8 assists. If he wants to make an all-star, he don't have to average 25 points a game to make an all-star. But it should be 20 something, but he doesn't have to be 25. Now, I would love it. I would love for LaMelo to average 25 and 8. That UCLA Zoe was unreal. Zoe needs to get back to that. UCLA Zoe was so confident, man. That UCLA Zoe was a problem. I remember when they played against Oregon, man, and he had 3 buckets to silence the crowd. He had so much swagger. To me, that's the best type of Zoe I've ever seen, the UCLA Zoe. Transform that organization to the UCLA organ. Before Zoe got there, they were mediocre. They didn't really go anywhere. Osmond says Melo outplayed Trae Young. He is 2-0 against him and made history with the triple-double. How quickly they forget, brother. How quickly they forget. But they want to say that Trae Young, that's a level that's impossible. Nothing's impossible, especially when you got talent. If you could put your mind to it, you can accomplish great things. Jonathan Williams says, even during Rico Hines runs, Melo was aggressive against Trae. Facts. Also, all triple doubles are not the same. There's those Jason Kidd triple doubles where you get 10, 11, 10, and then there's like LeBron triple doubles where you get 20 plus, 12 and 12. SMG has LaMelo averaging 27 and 8. That could happen. Let me see. Kenneth Smell says LaMelo averaging 28 and 10. Zoe averaged 17, 7 and 9 assists. Interesting. That may just happen. That's too low, Rap God. You my boy, but that's too low. He says Zoe need to average 15, 8 and 8 to have a good season. That's very low. That is very low. The Pope says not true, though. As long as you're winning and he has a big part, he'll make an all-star. If the stats are good enough and you're winning, you're definitely making an all-star. Yeah, that should happen. So let's be clear. If the Hornets are in the playoff picture and LaMelo averages at least 27 and 8, that is a guaranteed all-star spot. Now, if he wasn't and he was averaging that, then it wouldn't make a difference. Uh-oh. Earl Watson did say that, the Pope. He said Earl Watson said he couldn't tell who was better when Trae and Melo was playing at Rico Hines. Ant James is a legit Charlotte Hornet fan, so he's not going to cap on this. He said before Melo injury, the Hornets were outperforming the Hawks. If Melo had not got injured, I don't think the Hawks would have made it to the playoffs. Melo had Trae's confidence messed up. Now, I'm not going to say not make the playoffs. I think the Hornets will still make the playoffs, but not the Hornets, but I think the Hawks would have still made the playoffs, but the Hornets, they would have had a higher seed. Chris says people aren't taking account how much ball hogging and taking him when he was hot, taking him off the bench, send him on the bench when he was hot this season. This season, that ain't happening. He's got the keys, at least 23, 7, and 7. Could be. Was good at Ant Learn again. He's back. Matt Hass says Zoe could easily average double-digit assists with so many scores on the floor. Absolutely. 47 says Zoe and LaMelo will have an amazing season this year. Rap God says Lonzo will be MVP before his brother. No, I don't see that. But Lonzo will have an improved year, and he has a lot of scores. He's going to be the fourth option. He'll be able to play point guard, but if you're being a fourth option, because Zach LaVine is the first option, DeRozan is the second option, and Vucevic is the third option, and Patrick Williams. Right now, he's not the fourth option, but he's ascending. So unless Zoe's the first option, which is not going to happen, I don't see him having an MVP before his brother LaMelo. When you got James Borrego, who I disagree with a lot, talking about how they're going to utilize LaMelo more. They're bought in. Shout out to Dex for pointing it out. Hawks had their coach coaching change that altered their future. Shout out to also props to Nate McMillan. Nate McMillan has changed the fortune of the Hawks. Definitely a coach that Trae Young needed. I agree with Jonathan Williams here. Lonzo, NBA all defensive team this year. That's more likely to happen than MVP. I agree with that. King Common Sense. October is not, man, I wish I could just skip over to October, man. Because I want to do these streams and chop it up with the fam. Shout out to Day One's sub TB for the $5 super chat. You always support the content. Much appreciated. He said, Melo dog Trae. He made the he too small gesture at him in Atlanta. Yeah, he did that. Y'all got to give Lamelo his props, man. Like, come on, man. If anybody else in the Ball family did what Lamelo was doing, we would have been saying that's he's on a trajectory of greatness. We would have been talking about how he helped the family and yada, yada, yada. We said all these things if his name was not LaMelo Ball. SMG says Lonzo is averaging 16, 7, and 10. That could be he got more weapons. Chris says people like Cade better than LaMelo, but LaMelo is only a month older. He's got a whole year. I don't think Cade Cunningham's better than LaMelo right now. Cade Cunningham doesn't have enough wiggle to his game. And Lauren says, Rap God, Lonzo already won MVP, the Summer League MVP. He'll never win. It's nothing against Zoe, but come on, man. Let Lonzo get acclimated with the Bulls first. Y'all can't be going out here saying he MVP. King Common says, SMG, keep that same energy when they play. I will be in the chat. Hey, man. Hey, SMG. It's just basketball talk, man. Don't take it seriously now. It's just basketball talk. Facts, swag bugs. Cade don't have the package like LaMelo has. He doesn't. He doesn't have no wiggle. LaMelo has better handles. He's a better passer. Cade, what he has is he has that standard professional game, like as a scorer. And y'all, when y'all come to the door to New Media Nation United, get the feelings out of here. That's for anybody. This is a basketball discussion. We're having fun. We're chopping it up with this good energy. Let's not get emotional. This is anybody. SMG, how are you being real when you said that LaMelo would never reach Trae's level? You can't really say that too early without definitive facts. Again, Trae Young had an excellent season, but he's not Steph Curry. Now, if you would have said Steph Curry, I would have been like, oh, that's understandable. It's really impossible to shoot threes like Steph Curry. We got people saying Lonzo being the MVP next year before LaMelo and all that cap. Come on, man. Well, hold up real quick. I'm going to get some water. I'm back. Swag Buzz, you know what's funny? LaMelo Ball is 2-0 against Trae Young, and they want to ignore it. King Common Sense says, Cade need to worry about Jalen. Facts. Now that Jalen Green, he the real deal. I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Green averaged 20 this year as a rookie. He doesn't have any. His only weakness, Jalen Green's only weakness, is that he's a little slender than I would like my shooting guards to be. Kami Fahu says, and Melo can reach his level, even past his level. That's facts. Tell us he's capable of it. Whether it's New Media Nation United or the Lit House, shout out to Rev. This is not an emotional channel. Yeah, I got to take that emotion out the door somewhere. Yeah, SMG is all love, bro. It's an opinion, man. It's that's all it is. I disagree. I respectfully disagree. Cade is not better than Jalen Green right now. I've seen enough from Jalen Green. Cade is still a talented player, but Jalen Green is he has a bag like no other. 3-point shooting. He could create his 3-point shot, mid-range, counter moves, handle, super athleticism. All he needs to do, like Swag Buzz said, get some muscle on Jalen. Yeah, I like Jalen in the long run as well. But it's not a slight to Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham can average 16 points per game, probably more than that. He's a 6'8" dual forward. Yeah, SMG. Not too many weaknesses on Jalen Green, bro. You said Cade has a package. He has the basic moves down, but it's not like Jalen Green. Jalen Green has more of a toolbox already. Shout out to Ant Learn for supporting these channels. A coach who's doing his thing for the $5 super chat. He said, I can't lie, DJ, between DJ's Raw and Cut Truth and the Lit House. These live streams lately been fire. I make sure to catch all the replays. Everybody cooking. That's what it's intended to do. We all eating. We all eating, man. We teaching our people, man. That's what it's all about. No matter if it's New Media Nation United, Lit House, it's all a family. And I'm excited. Man, I be watching Rev streams, man. I'm just listening. I'm listening because the brother's intelligent. He knows what he's talking about. He's played basketball. He knows people. And I'm just listening, man. And I got the YouTube where I could turn my phone off and it still plays, the premium. So it's like listening to a podcast. But these streams have been fun. The engagement has been so dope. And I like how these other channels are growing. Shout out to the Pope. He has a good channel. And many others. Bartrand Sports. Swag Buzz. Y'all make sure to subscribe to Swag Buzz. But man, this was a good stream. I want to thank you guys for the discussions. Whether you disagree or agree, it's all love. Make sure to love your family, love your friends, be the best person you can be. When you get out, make sure to hit the like button, share this video with a friend, family, or even a foe. And man, y'all have a good one. And I'm out.